Welcome, folks. This is Vivek. I am the Chief AI Scientist with CellStrat, and we run CS Smart Kids Kids Coding Program. And we are very excited to present this Smart Kids Showcase today, where our students will present their Python and AI projects. So with that, let me get started here. I'll go turn off my video now that you have been introduced to me. Thank you all once again for joining. So let me share my screen and I'll introduce the showcase today and our participants. So we are excited to present the CS Smart Kids Coding Showcase, project demos by the kids for the kids. And so we have these set of students presenting their projects today. And they worked hard to prepare these projects. So enjoy their presentation. And of course, we'll make this recording available on our YouTube channel later. So CS Smart Kids is a innovative kids coding program where we teach Python, AI, machine learning courses to kids in the age group of 9 to 18-year-old. And the whole program is taught by AI scientists from CellStrat AI Lab, which is the overall company, and our kids are able to do advanced ML and DL skilling, going as far as neural network development as well, which comes under the domain of advanced artificial intelligence, right? So we are very proud of our CS Smart Kids students and what they are able to accomplish. So let's see some of their projects today. Students, I hope you're ready. And I'm going to randomly invite in random order. So let's start with Manjari. Manjari, are you ready to present your project?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll stop presenting. So Manjari, feel free to share your screen and you can start presenting your project.
We have to open our preview.
Yeah, you have to share your screen, Manjari, so we can see your presentation. So Manjari, you are able to share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so go.
Hello, everyone. One and all present here. I am Manjupta, studying in class 8, Sarden School, Muzaffarnagar. So, without any further delay, let's get started. I created two projects. First project name, number dressing name. Second project name, real-time currency converter. What is number dressing game in Python? In this game, the program generates random number, but this number is not visible to the player. Player tries to guess the number. If the player enters the same number that is generated by system, then program displays the winning message and game ends there. Now, definition of guessing game. A game in which the player has...
Slide is not moving. Are you trying to move your PowerPoint slides?
Yes, sir.
So we only see the title slide. Maybe you can stop sharing and share the entire screen again. Yeah, now it came. Okay, it came in the end. So share your entire screen again, Manjari.
From starting?
No, that's okay. You go to the slide which you were speaking on. Yes, number guessing game, correct? Okay.
What is number guessing game in Python? In this game, the program generates a random number, but this number is not visible to the player. Player tries to guess the number. If the player enters the same number that is generated by system, then program displays the winning message and game ends there. Now, definition of guessing game. A game in which the player has to correctly guess the answer. How this game process? The number guessing game is a popular game among programmers In the number guessing game, the program selects a random number between two numbers and the user guesses the correct number. If the guessed answer number is lower than the randomly selected number, the user will see too low. If the guessed number is higher than the randomly selected number, the user will see too high. When the user guesses the correct number, you guesses it right will be displayed in the output. Now let's see my code. So here's my code. We have to import random. So number between 1 to 10. So suppose I take number 6. So it is saying too low. So we have to choose more than 6, like 9. It is saying you guessed it right. So here's my second project, real-time currency converter. What is currency converter in Python? The currency converter in Python is a practical use to tourists who travel abroad to business, who do business overseas or are involved in imports and exports, and to FX traders. A universal currency converter is an app or web tool that allows for the quick conversion of any currency into any other currency. Now, definition of currency converter. A currency converter is an application used to convert the value of one currency into another currency. How this game process? For converting currency in real time, we use the Forex Python library. For example, my amount is 20,000 from INR currency India to USA dollar. So my result is $250. So here's my code. From Forex Python converter import currency. This means Forex Python is a library which helps in this game. So it is saying enter the amount. So suppose my amount is 56,000. From which currency? So I am taking INR, India currency. So I am searching currency short form. So here's the currency short form. So suppose I am taking Australia dollar, AUD. So here's the result, 1029 RD. So thank you so much all.
Okay, so very nice, Manjri. Any questions for Manjri from the audience? So Manjri showed us two programs, one number guessing game with a high and low range, and also for a Forex foreign exchange currency converter using the Forex Python library. Nicely done. So any questions for Manjri from the audience or other students? Okay, so let me then move to the next student. Is Yash available here? Yash Seksaria?
Yes, bro.
So you ready to present, Yash?
Yes, bro.
Okay, so feel free to share your screen and you can present.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yash Seksaria. Today I'm going to present a game called Tic-Tac-Toe. So Tic-Tac-Toe is a fun and short game. It is a two-player game. The players are X and O. There is a board. It is like a board game. there's a board. The board is a 3x3 grid. X plays first. So suppose X can play in the middle box, then O follows X and plays in another box and cannot play in the box which X has played. Then the aim in this game is to place 3 same letters continuously, like X, 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 continuously in a row, column, or diagonally, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. The player who gets the same letters in a row wins. Suppose X gets 3 same letters continuously, so X wins. So this is vertically, horizontally, and diagonally. So this is the board. I have defined the board in the program in this manner, and I have used used tkinter module in this program. So I have imported tkinter and time. I have created the main screen, and given it the title tic-tac-toe. So first it creates these buttons. Each of these buttons have no text in them. It will replace the text with X or O later in the game. It will place these buttons according to its numbers, like this: B1, B2, B3. This is row 0, column 0, row 0, column 1, row 0, column 2, row 1, column 0. Similarly, these are also placed according to their rows and columns. If the player clicks any of the buttons, so suppose I click the top left button, it performs this bclick function. In this bclick function, I have given the argument B. The B is the button. I have given the button name as the argument only, because I want to change the text of the button. Like suppose I click this button. This is button number 5. So it will access button number 5. Button number 5, and it will access the text of the button number 5, and it will check if there is nothing written there. So if there is nothing written there, and if chance is equal to true, so I had defined 2 variables over here. Count is equal to 0 and chance is equal to 0. So count will count the number of chances both the players combined have played, and chance will determine whose chance it is. So when chance is equal to true, it is X's chance, and when chance is equal to false, it is O's chance. So it first checks whether the box is empty, and if the box is empty, then it checks whose chance it is. So if chance is equal to true, it is X's chance, and replaces the text. It replaces the text inside this box, and replaces the text inside this box with the letter of the player who had clicked the box. But if the box has already been occupied by a letter, for example, I've clicked the top left box again, it will show an error saying please do not click on a box that has already been filled, because we cannot play on the box that has already been clicked. Once this function is over, it carries out another function which checks if any of the players have won, if either X has won or O has won. So first it checks if X has won. So for it checks if the text in B1 is X, text in B2 is X, B3 is X. If all 3 are X, then X has won horizontally, and it shows the message that X has won. Similarly, it goes on for B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, B9. It also checks vertically and diagonally. Similarly, it checks for O horizontally, vertically, and horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. And if any of them have one, it executes the function play. It executes the function play. In play, uh, it first uh, it first waits for 1 second. Then then the whole board is resetted. So suppose I am playing this game and X wins. The message comes, X has won. Then it waits for 1 second and the whole board is reset. But there is another problem, like if there is a tie. So I'll make a tie scenario 1 second. So it is a tie. It shows because that's why I had defined the number of chances count. If count exceeds 8, that means it becomes 9. It will show that it is a tie because the number of chances played in total cannot exceed 9 because there are 9 boxes in total. Thank you.
Okay, very good. So that was a tic-tac-toe game using the tkinter. Tkinter is a GUI, user interface library available in Python. So nicely done. Any questions? Okay. So no questions for Yash. All right. So good job, Yash. So let me go to Rishik now. So I'm going kind of small age to higher age. Currently in 8th grade. So Yash Manjari was 8th grade. Yash 8th grade and Rishik 8th grade student. Rishik, are you ready? Rishik, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So share your screen and you can present.
Yes, sir. So can you see?
Yes, all good.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rishik. I'm studying in 8th grade. I'm studying in 8th grade and I study in the school Presidency. It's in Kasturi Nagar, Bangalore. So today my project is about weather predictor. So what is a weather predictor? Weather forecasting is the use of science and technology to forecast atmospheric condition for a certain place and period. Weather predictions are created by gathering objective data about the actual condition of the atmosphere at a certain location and using meteorology to predict how the weather will behave in the future. How does a weather predictor work? To predict the weather for a particular day, meteorologists first take a look at what weather occurred in the past 24 hours in a particular area, as well as what's happening right now. Most local weather is determined by location or the geographic condition of the area. Meteorologists look at a pattern in the atmosphere here, beginning with general patterns, then narrowing it down to the more specific details. So how does my project work? Basically, my project works by taking the previous day's weather like precipitation, maximum temperature and minimum temperature, then predicts the weather. So let's look at the code. So at first we import all the packages, which is Flask, Pandas, sklearn, linear model, metrics, etc. Then we do the start date and end date. Then we clean up the weather data. Then we clean up the weather data. So after cleaning the data, we train the data, then we test the data, then we create a function called as predictor, which takes the values of the prediction. Then we find the absolute error or the squared error. Then we plot the data. Then we create two functions, which is create predictions and improve accuracy. In that, we try to improve the accuracy, and then we create different predictions. Then we create 3 HTML files, which is slash weather predictor app, and then methods, which is post and get. So then we run the app. So this is the web page. We enter the start date, which should be a long timeline. Then we enter the end day. Then we try to predict the graph, which is this is the blue lines are the actual values, and the predictions is the orange values. So I've taken help from this website, which consists of some part of my code. Thank you.
Okay, very good, Rishi. So that was a weather prediction using linear regression, I believe, right? And so it's artificial intelligence program, and it was demonstrated with sklearn library, a linear regressor, as well as a Flask-based website, right? So nicely done, Rishik. Any questions, audience, for Rishik and his weather predictor module here? So as you can see from our young scientists presentations, all of them, these are budding, computer scientists who are going to change the world, and we are very, very proud of them, all of them. So let me go to my next candidate now. We were on 8th grade students. Now let's go to 9th grade students. So we have Taksh. Is Taksh available?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Taksh, feel free to share your screen and get started.
Yes, sir. Sir, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, greetings to one and all present here. I'm Taksh Dua and I'm going to display two of my Python programs. So my first program is Ubox. So what is Ubox? Ubox stands for YouTube Box. It uses Python and Python libraries to download high quality resolution, low resolution and audio only YouTube videos instantly in your device. So why do we need Ubox? The main use of Ubox is prevent the usage of harmful websites as they add viruses to your PC. I think a lot of us would have encountered websites that do the same thing, but they actually end up installing viruses and other malwares in your computer. So I tried creating a software which will prevent you and will allow you a better way to do the same thing and in a much faster way. So now let's see the code. So the Ubox code is this. So in the start, we are using the extension PyTube, which helps us to do a lot of things in this code. So first we are importing the PyTube library as YouTube. Then we are taking our input from the user of the YouTube link. Then we are moving on to defining the link as an important object so that our code can and our computer can understand it in a proper object. Here we are printing the link, the title of the video, the length of the video, how many views does the video have divided by in millions, and we are printing who is the author or the creator of the video. Now coming to the interesting part, here we are downloading the video in three types. So the first type is in high resolution, then is in low resolution, and then audio only, which the main purpose is for songs. And lastly, if we don't want to do this option, we are exiting the code. So now let's see a quick demonstration of the code. Let me just, so I would just run the code. So I have a YouTube link over here, which is of a YouTube song by Rustage. So it first prints all the information. The title is Gara Rap. The length is 4.05 minutes. The views are 42.69 million. And the author is Rustage. So a quick evidence that there is no YouTube video right now in my download section. So let me just download it and maybe worst resolution so that will be quick. So let's give it a minute and we will have it in our download section. It will just take a second.
So Taksh, you are downloading the video using code, huh?
Yes, sir. We are using the PyTube extension.
I see.
So it's just getting downloaded and yeah, we have it. It needs to reload it.
So basically the objective of the program is to download the video from YouTube, huh?
Yes, sir. The main
Okay.
objective is to
Then
download.
normally YouTube does not allow download, right? So you have a library which is doing that.
Yes, sir. YouTube does not allow to download the video. Plus, there are some websites which allow you to do that, but they also end up installing some unwanted extensions in your laptop.
Right.
So now let's move to my second project, which is Spelling Bee or Spell Bee. So the main objective of Spell So Spellbee is a program which helps you to check your spelling skills by pronouncing the word, and then it allows you to spell the word. You get 1 point for every word you get right. In total, there are 6 words. So 5 words come in the first point section, and there's one last word which is the longest word in the dictionary. If you can spell that, then you get 3 points. So why do we need an application? So the main application was inspired by classmates spelling competitions which they usually host. So this made it for us normal people to also test our spellings and understanding your advantages and limitations when you're spelling tough words. So let's see the code. So this is the code. Here we are using the extension GTTS, the library GTTS, which is used to save and create sound files. So here you can already see that whenever I run this code, these files automatically get created. So here we are first defining what the first word is, then how the word is. We are saving the file, we are creating audio file, and then the same step is being repeated multiple times with each different word. So let me just run this code.
Handkerchief.
So were you able to hear the word?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So the first word was handkerchief. Let me just. So it's important for your first word letter to be capital. So if I spell it,
Assassination.
then the second word is assassination. That was correct.
Sustainability.
Then the next word is sustainability.
Traceable.
So this process repeats multiple times. So now I must spell
Idiosyncrasy.
it right. Then it should incorrect. Now let me spell this right.
Pneumonoultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconorosis. Pneumonoultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconorosis.
Now, as I mentioned before, this is the longest word in the dictionary, so it pronounces it twice. And if you are able to spell it right, then it gives you 3 points for that, because it's usually quite hard for anyone to do that. I will try to spell it right on my own. I got it right, so it gave me 3 points. I directly jumped from 3 to 6. So now that was my presentation. I hope everyone enjoyed.
Okay, that's nice. So Daksh demonstrated 2 programs, YouTube downloader as well as a Spellbee, checker. So interesting. Some of those words were tongue twisters or very long. I didn't know that last word. It exists. A very long word indeed. So any questions for audience? From
Yes,
audience?
sir. Vivek, sir, I would definitely like to ask 2 questions and one from each project.
Sure.
So first question, thank you for the excellent presentation. So first question regarding your YouTube video, which I found really interesting. I wanted to check, like, this is a code which you have. Is this available for the general public? Like, if I want to download something, can I do that?
So to do the same thing, I can easily share the code with you, and you can install any easy Python program. Right now, there's no specific GUI which is getting installed in your device. So right now, this is just based on your code. So when you put it in your laptop, and you just have to make some minor changes because it is referring to your path of your laptop. And once you do that, you can easily use it in your device as well.
Good answer.
Okay, great. The second is about the spell check. So I could not understand much about it. So it has a fixed spelling already. Like you said, first is fantastic, whatever, the 4-5 words. So those are only the way, or you can get with any of the spell bee.
Right now, we are not. These were the few hard words that are quite commonly misspelled, and your code basically relies on those words and pronounce those words. But it's quite easy for you to change those words in your program. And yeah, So basically, it works around those words.
Okay, so it's only for the fixed set of words. It's not something that I spell anything and it will write.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So, Taksh, very good presentation. On the first one, on YouTube downloader, does it download one YouTube video at a time, or it can do multiple?
Sir, right now it only downloads one video at a time because as we already saw that it was taking a few seconds to it for it to download. So if you have a PC which can handle multiple videos at a time, then it surely can do the same thing as well.
And is there a size limit to it?
No, sir, there's no size limit to it.
Nice.
But the longer the video, it will take more time.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, so that's great. Good answers, Taksh. So,
Uh,
YouTube, yeah, go ahead.
one second. Yeah, I have one query regarding the YouTube downloader.
Mhm.
What happens if the network connectivity breaks in between, and when it comes back, will it resume from that point, or we have to initiate the download again?
Yes, if something like that happens, then you would have to initiate the download again because it is not something that is directly connected to your internet. So you would have to initiate it again.
Okay. So also, does it capture the failure or success status?
Yes, so if it's a success, then it will print done, and automatically, if it's not, then it won't do any action, and I think it would be quite obvious for anyone using it.
Okay. Nice. Thank you.
Okay, so good answers, Taksh. So you have researched these topics well. That's great. So well done, all students. Well done, Taksh. So let me go to my next student for today. We have Manthan. Manthan, you are ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so feel free to share your screen and then present it.
Sir, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm Manthan from 9th class, Shivnada School, Faridabad, Haryana. This is my project, Text-to-Speech Python. Text-to-speech technology reads aloud digital text. Text-to-speech has the ability to make the world a more accessible place to individuals who are unable to read text. Libraries used in these programs are Tkinter for making the GI and
Yeah,
PyTTSX3 for...
Manthan, your slides, I think, are not changing. Maybe you want to stop sharing and share the entire screen.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah. Go to next slide. Yes, now it's changing. Go to next slide. Okay, yeah, it's changing now.
Text-to-speech technology reads aloud digital text. Text-to-speech has the ability to make the world a more accessible place to individuals who are unable to read text. Libraries used in these programs are Tkinter for making the GI and PyTTSX3 for text-to-speech conversion. So I have a video which shows two sentences which the program is speaking. the program code. So first I have imported the two libraries. Then I have defined the speech function. First I have started the library in a variable, and then I've changed the the speed of the voice. And then I've changed the voice to a female voice, and the voice is built in to your computer. It's a Microsoft voice, so it can speak most of the things which you write in the program. And then I've created the GUI. I've made the main window, and I've set the size to 700 by 500 pixels. And I've done some customizations with the window, adding icon and changing the background. Then I've made the label, what do you want me to speak, with some customizations and changing its place. Then I've made an entry box where you can write a text, and a button. When you click on it, the speaking function would initiate and the program would speak your text. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. So Manthan is demonstrating a text-to-speech algorithm, a ready-made model called PyTTS X3. So that library is able to convert text to speech. I think when he was running the program, the audio of the computer is not transmitting to the screen, but actually it was speaking in the computer audio, I believe. So nicely done, Manthan. Any questions for Manthan here from the audience? Okay, so we have one more presentation, which is, a recording actually, because the particular student is in between exams. But before that, that will be the last presentation from one of our AIML students. But before that, we like to turn on our screens and take a group photograph. So I request everybody to, show your face so we can capture the screenshot. Vishal, kindly do the needful. So all of you, please turn on your video. So my colleague Vishal would like to capture a screenshot for memory.
All students, please, and if possible, parents as well.
All parents are welcome to turn on their video as well. If you feel uncomfortable due to work from home clothing, not to worry. But see if you would like to turn on your video.
And Rishik and Mohammed and Neha.
Please turn on your video if your circumstances permit, but no pressure, of course.
So 1, 2, please smile all of you, please. Yes, you are looking sad. Right, thank you.
Vishal, you can capture a couple of screenshots.
Yeah.
Okay, nice smile from all of our budding computer scientists.
One last one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, so with that, thanks for sharing your screen. Let me now present the last presentation, which is a recording sent by one of our AI, students. His name is Arya Jain. Just a moment, I'll share my screen. Because of exams, he could not be present live today. So I hope you can see my screen. So I'm going to play the video recorded by Arya Jain on brain MRI classification, which is, I think, neural network deep learning based project.
Hi guys, my name is Arya Jain, and today I'm going to present my project on brain tumor MRI classification. What is a brain tumor? A brain tumor is a cancerous or non-cancerous mass or growth of abnormal cells in the brain. Tumors can start in the brain, or cancer elsewhere in the body can spread to the brain. Symptoms. Symptoms include new or increasingly strong headaches, blurred vision.
I hope you can hear the voice as well.
Confusion and seizures.
Yes, sir.
In some cases, there may be no symptoms. Treatment. Treatments include surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. A brain tumor is considered one of the most aggressive diseases among children and adults. What is brain MRI? Magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI, is a medical imaging technique that uses a magnetic field and computer-generated radio waves to create detailed images of the organs and tissues in your body. Most MRI machines are large, tube-shaped magnets. When you lie inside an MRI machine, the magnetic field temporarily realigns water molecules in your body. Radio waves cause these aligned atoms to produce faint signals, which are used to create cross-sectional MRI images, like slices in a loaf of bread. The MRI machine can also produce 3D images that can be viewed from different angles. MRI is a non-invasive way for a doctor to examine your organs, tissues, and skeletal system. It produces high-resolution images for the inside of the body that can help diagnose a variety of problems. Application of AI in MRI scans. A huge amount of image data is generated through the scans. These images are examined by the radiologist. A manual examination can be error-prone due to the level of complexities involved in brain tumors and their properties. The application of automated classification techniques using machine learning and artificial intelligence has consistently shown higher accuracy than manual classification. Hence, proposing a system performing detection and classification by using deep learning algorithms using convolutional neural networks, artificial neural network, and transfer learning would be helpful to doctors all around the world. So now let's take a look at the code I have written for this project. This program has been coded using Python in the Jupyter Notebook. So in the first cell, I imported a bunch of libraries needed for the proper functioning of the program. In the second cell, I have defined a bunch of variables like image size, that means the number of pixels in the image, num channel, that is the number of images being taken in an arrayed form, and image size flat, that means the shape of the array. I have also defined image shape, that is the number of pixels, height-wise and width-wise. Train path and test path are the locations of the dataset where training and testing data needs to be extracted from. Labels are the 4 types of classes under which I want to classify the scanned MRI images. FC size is the number of pixels in the final image layer, and the number of steps is the number of times or number of iterations the program would be running. Then this is just a logging of the process. Then in the third cell, I have written a code for reading the dataset using a for loop and then printing the number of images in the training image dataset. The X data shape and Y data shape are the number of images and the pixel configuration in the X variable and the Y variable. This is just a random image I plotted from the Y-train dataset. Now, in the fourth cell, I have written the code for plotting 9 random images to check if the model has taken the dataset and it's functioning as wanted. Then, in the fifth cell, I defined the model and how would it work. I used TensorFlow for this model. Here, I have defined 3 convolution layers. These layers would be processing all the images one after another. This code is put in a function called CNN-model-fn that would be running 20,000 times. After defining the layers, I have applied one autoencoder which standardizes the dataset so that AI bias is dealt with. Then, in the sixth cell, I'm running the model by putting the X-train dataset and X-test dataset into arrays, and then adding them to the model as defined in the fifth cell. Then, after the TensorFlow model is run, the program will evaluate the model and tell us how accurate the model is by percentage. As you can see, I have 93% accuracy on my model, which is good, having in mind that I'm classifying images into 4 classes. Well, that's all for the code, and thanks for viewing my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so that was a presentation on brain MRI classification with the convolutional neural network, which are considered part of the deep learning, algorithms. So that was an advanced program. and which detects 3 kinds of brain tumors from MRI scans, and of course, if there is no tumor at all. So that was Yes Jain from class 10th. So I think that brings us to the end of the sessions we had today. Any comments or questions? And as I said, we are very pleased to see the work of our students and their focus and their hard work. And certainly we are very excited about what future holds for them in terms of engineering education or computer sciences careers. And clearly it looks very promising. Any questions, comments from the audience? Okay, so I thank all the teachers who diligently teach our kids program. Urvashi ma'am is here, and many other teachers from Self-Study AI Lab. And with that, we come to the end of this session, and look forward to many more such project presentations from our CS Smart Kids, our AI Superstar students in coming months and years. Have a good one, one and all, and thank you all once for joining.
Thank you, sir.